This is Newcap News with Bart Pediasic.
Good afternoon. A couple from Cold Lake are facing charges after a child abuse investigation by RCMP. The police investigation found a 2-year-old girl was suffering from injuries that happened a week ago. The child was taken by air ambulance to a hospital in Edmonton, where she remains in stable condition. The 30-year-old father from Cold Lake and his 21-year-old girlfriend were both charged with assault, failing to provide the necessities of life, and criminal negligence causing bodily harm. Both have been released from police custody with various conditions and are not to have contact with the victim. The women must also have supervised access to children under 18 years old. They are scheduled to be in Cold Lake Provincial Court on January 8th.
I would suggest, of course, that the injuries were life-threatening. We've charged with aggravated assault as a result, and because of the child's life is endangered. At this point in time, it's still under investigation. We still have a number of inquiries to make. The child we know is in stable condition, and as a result of those injuries, both adults have been charged with various criminal charges.
Cold Lake emergency crews were called to a fire this morning at the Lakeside Grill restaurant at the Cold Lake Marina. Officials say the call came in just after 8 a.m. Fraser Snowden was there and has more.
Pretty much contained to the kitchen area.
The fire was reported by someone who saw smoke coming from the building who heard the internal alarm going off. Chief Jeff Fallow with the Cold Lake Fire Rescue Team says they were able to quickly get things under control.
When we arrived, there was a couple of gentlemen on scene. They showed us a couple of doors where they could actually see some flames. We saw them as well, so once crews got on scene, we gained entry and attacked the fire from two different sides, and were able to get it under control fairly quickly.
No one was in the building at the time, and Fallow says the damage costs are still being assessed.
It's still early, but we'll have to call in the city investigators. It's a city building, their insurance adjuster, and we'll go from there. Like I said, the room of origin was heavily fire damaged, and the attic area around that and the rest of the building is smoke damage. So it appears to be something in the kitchen. We'll have to do some further investigation to figure out what.
In the minus 29-degree temperatures, Fallow says it is very important to pay attention to all of his members to ensure they are okay in the frigid weather.
We do have the buddy system when we go inside. Throughout the call, I was monitoring the members as well and having them check on themselves. We did have one young guy who his cheeks started to whiten up a bit, so we put him in a truck and sent him over to the ambulance just to make sure he was checked over. He's fine, and everybody on scene is fine as well.
The fire is still being investigated and is not considered suspicious. In Cold Lake, Fraser Snowden, Newcap News.
2 Maidstone men have been fined $21,000 for using a helicopter to hunt wildlife. Eric and Jan Alsunger have each been convicted under the Saskatchewan wildlife regulations, while Eric was also found guilty of willfully obstructing a peace officer in the execution of his duties contrary to the criminal code. Jan Alsunger also received a 2-year hunting suspension, and Eric received a 1-year suspension for hunting coyotes. The charges were laid as a result of an investigation from January of last year. Now, the holidays are a busy time for many charities in the area, and for the Salvation Army, it's no different. The Salvation Army Church was busy today as volunteers prepared Christmas hampers to be handed out next week.
The Christmas hampers consist of everything for Christmas dinner: turkey, potatoes, stuffing, vegetables, juice, dessert, and then there's also the regular stuff just to get them through that week between Christmas and New Year's.
Organizers say this year they've put together more than 200 baskets to give out to the less fortunate, and they couldn't have done it without the public's help.
I just want to say thank you to Lloyd and area. You guys have done it again and definitely made my job easier, knowing that I can just be able to help without stressing about how we're going to do it.
The Salvation Army Food Bank is still accepting donations, and volunteers will still be needed for day-to-day operations in January. They're a massive dynasty worth tens of millions of dollars, and their TV show Duck Dynasty has captivated fans all over the world. And one Lloydminster store has taken a top spot in Canada in terms of purchasing Duck Commander products.
Breathe in, down dog.
What can I say? When the going gets tough, the tough strap on camo tights.
We, of the Duck Commander product line, we sell more than Cabela's, more than Bass Pro Shop, and all the other hunting stores and different things combined.
The line is owned by the Robertson family, ranging from the popular duck calls, books, DVDs, to best-selling t-shirts. General Manager Chris Lowen says they began selling the products in March.
It sells out almost as soon as we get it. We usually get 2 shipments a week, and we kind of are unpacking boxes at the front and it's selling out the front. So basically what they can send us, we can sell. And there's such a demand for their product, they can only send us so much at a time.
Lowen believes it's because the show Duck Dynasty reaches a vast demographic.
It's popular with little kids. They come in and they identify with the cardboard cutouts of the characters and they get excited. But they're also people who are older, seniors, identify with some of the characters. So I think that translates to the product.
There are more than 100 products to choose from.